amusement park portal. Here we are at Cedar Point for closing weekend 2025. I can't believe this year is just about over. Man, it did fly by. We did a lot of parks this year, and we got a couple more left before the end of the season. This isn't our last park of the year, but it is our final day at Cedar Point for the season. So I'm excited to go in and check out, see if there's any kind of deals going on, get those last rides of the season in, maybe do a little shopping and more. So why don't you join us? All right, one of our first stops of the morning is going to be right here at the Skyride station, refresh station. We're going to get a hot chocolate. This is one of the several places throughout the park you can get hot chocolate and coffee. It is available here. I know Grand Pavilion is another one, and I believe Mesquite's in the back of the park is an option as well. And there are a few more, but I can't confirm if they always have it or just occasionally. So, but I know these three locations I just told you always have it. And here you go, delicious hot chocolate, and it tastes really, really good. Like I said, they also have chocolate there, or I'm sorry, coffee there as well, if you're interested in that. All right, you know you're nearing the end of the season when you can smell rotting pumpkins in the park. Yeah. Nature hasn't been too kind to these pumpkins this year. We've had some very mild weather, which isn't good for these pumpkins, but I'm glad they still put them out, because while they are in good shape, it's a lot of fun to walk through this area. Just amazing how they do all these patterns and artwork with pumpkins. Pretty cool, but they do smell. All right, what a day so far we're having. We've been here maybe just over an hour, and we've already rode the three biggest coasters in the park. We did Steel Vengeance, we did Top Thrill 2, we just got off Maverick right now. We're about to head over to Millennium and Siren's Curse. So not bad for just over an hour in the park. I'm loving it today. Oh, he's trying to get in the water.
Hey, buddy. Hi there, buddy.
I'm trying to help him in the water. Alright, one of the new things this year is apparently these little trinket things get hidden around the park everywhere. That's all my kids have been doing since we got here, is looking for trinkets. People have been hiding them all over everything in the park, down the Frontier Trail. Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
There's one right there.
I see.
So what's the story behind these trinkets? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really interested in this, because this is seems to become a big thing this year. Well, this is a bummer. They got rid of the kettle corn already back here. I usually pick up a bag to take home with me, but it is gone. That's kind of weird.
On the break area.
Alright, here we are in the VIP lounge at Cedar Point, right over here next to Millennium Force. And I'm starting to hear rumors that next year the snacks may be eliminated from the VIP lounge and be replaced with like something like popcorn or something like that. So I guess they've been having some people abusing the snacks here, so they're trying to solve that problem. But again, this is only a rumor at this time, but that's what I'm hearing. Alright, I went with the Farmhouse as one of my meals. And I gotta tell you, typically closing weekend they're real stingy with the food because they're getting low and all that. However, I went to the Farmhouse and I got about twice as much steak as I normally get. It's a pretty decent amount. And then for my side, I chose the Brussels sprouts, and of course you get the biscuit with it as well. And if you do want it, they do have steak sauce there as well for the steak. So I'm gonna dig into this. It looks delicious, and I'll let you know how it is. I just finished my meal here from the Farmhouse. I'm actually in Mesquite eating because they got inside seating and it is a bit cool outside. But finished my meal. Everything was delicious. Like I said, I had a lot of steak on there this time. They really hooked me up, and I ate it all. It was delicious. So highly recommend the Farmhouse. And if the weather's kind of crappy, remember, there's not a lot of indoor places to eat at Cedar Point, but you can come right next to the Farmhouse over here and eat inside Mesquite's. Alright, just so you know in the future, this fountain and floats back here, right next to Miss Keats in the Frontier Town area, they have chocolate, or hot chocolate rather, and coffee available to purchase. And if you have it on your drink plan, you can get it here as well. So, good to know. Now, this place isn't open a whole lot during the summer, I noticed, but when it is, they do decent. They have ice cream in here, of course the coffee and hot chocolate we just talked about. You can get drink refills in here too. They have fountain drinks. They also sell like root beer floats, milkshakes, things like that. It's pretty cool. Here's a sign right here. Alright, a lot of times on closing weekend you can find some good deals. And this year you can check out the glass blowing shop here, and they have a huge sale going on. They got glass items, vases, cups, bottles, bowls, all kinds of stuff. 70% off. Very cool. And they do have some seasonal stuff over here as well, but I don't think that's on sale. I'm thinking it's just this table right here and what they have outside. But if you've never been in here, it's kind of cool. They have this one section right here. It's made of bottles, like glass bottles. Really unique, different. And of course, all kinds of glass stuff. And what's really neat about this place is some of this glass stuff they have in here, they actually make in-house right here at Cedar Point. You can see currently right over there, there's the glass blower making something as we speak. So it's definitely a nice thing to do if you're bored or if you're hot and you just want to rest. Check out the glass blowing theater and shop here at Cedar Point. And as always, we have to stop by and say hi to Churro. We also have to say bye to him because this is the final day the park is open. Churro's going to be heading down south to his winter home. I believe it's Kentucky where he's from, so sad to see him, or not be able to see him till next spring, but at least he'll be in a warmer spot. Alright, crazy scene over here at Millennium Forest. There is actually a line here to buy a single-use fast lane, or skip the line. Can't believe it, and I think they're $25 right now just for one skip the line pass over here at Millennium Forest. I don't know, is it just me or is that kind of weird? I don't think I'd spend that kind of money to skip one line. Alright, here we are at the final night of the 2025 season. Hollow Weekends crowds are here. Everybody's having a good time. Alright, good morning Amusement Park Portal. Here we are on closing day for Cedar Point 2025. We're at our hotel here. We're staying at the Super 8. You can see the sign right there. Right by the park, just down the street from the park. And I just wanted to give a quick tour of the hotel if you're interested in staying here next year. It's actually a decent hotel. It's got some pretty good rates. It's clean. We're looking at the courtyard right here. This is pretty much it here. They do have a pool over here. It's a heated outdoor pool, open seasonally. However, it was open as far as like 2 weeks ago still. So I guess as long as the weather's nice, they'll keep it open. But you have the main building here. The office to check-in is there with the breakfast area and all that. Plenty of parking here. And there are rooms on the other side of that building as well. And it's outside corridors, and we are in room 264. I'm going to show you the room. Just to give you a heads up, I should have filmed this before we slept in here last night, but we were just so tired. But I want to show it to you nonetheless. 264. This is basically what the room looks like. Again, we've already slept in here, so I apologize. Beds are normally made in that, but walk in here, you got your heating unit, you have a table, some chairs, your beds. And you got these cool Cedar Point pictures above the beds here. You got the corkscrew and Rougarou. Then you have a Greetings from Sandusky sign right there on the wall as well. And over here to the right, you have a microwave. You have some cups, ice bucket, and a refrigerator. And here's your TV. Nice flat screen TV, good size. You got a dresser here. And then over here by the beds, you have your lamp. And it's got plugs on the lamp. And then you have a set of plugs behind the lamp here too on the wall, which are really nice. Of course, your remote. And there's your channel lineup right there. So you got a decent amount of channels. They still have phones in the room too. I know some hotels don't have phones anymore, but then walking back here, Hi everyone. Got your sink area. Sink, some tissue on the wall. You got a hair dryer here. You got a little rack with some hangers. Some soaps and towels. And here's the bathroom. Standard toilet. And your shower. Spacious shower, clean. And they have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash on the wall here too. And they have towels. We've already burnt through a lot of them, but there are more there normally. So there you have it. That's the room here at the Super 8, located right by Cedar Point. We stay here quite often. It's a nice hotel. Somebody's car alarm going off out there, of course. And we never had any complaints about it. They are very friendly people here. The employees and the staff are just wonderful. I highly recommend checking this place out if you're near the park and need a place to stay. However, I do recommend booking early because it does book up fairly quick. Alright, here we are at the Super 8 Hotel near Cedar Point. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the breakfast area here. If you ever stay here, they got coffee, cups, creamer, sugar, muffins, we got napkins. We would have bagels, little waffle snacks here, toaster, all that good stuff. And you got juice, milk, cereal, and we got this wonderful pancake making machine. Not only does it make regular pancakes, but it makes chocolate chip pancakes as well. And do make sure if you're here, you come say hi to Rhonda.
Hi, everyone.
She is awesome. She's here every morning to make sure your breakfast is hot and ready.
Thank you.
And does a wonderful job.
Thank you.
All right. And one last thing here. Here's our sitting area. And we got lots of pictures of Cedar Point around here, too. You can see some of the rides. Some rides that are no longer even at the park, like Snake River Falls there. And you got this cool mural on the wall. And also they have a pop machine and popcorn. And if you check in before, I think, 10 o'clock in the evening, they have popcorn and pop available for you. So there you go. This is the eating area at the Super 8 Hotel near Cedar Point. All right, flash forward here. We're inside the park now, or the parking lot of the park, I should say, in the back for the final operating day of the 2025 season here at Cedar Point. It's a bittersweet day. It's been a long season, and a lot has happened this season. It's been a very interesting season. We'll talk about that later in another video, but you know what, it's bitter as well because this place is like a second home. You know, we've been here so much, and it's always sad, you know, when the final day comes around. But we're here, and we're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna ride as many rides as we can today, eat our final meals of the season, maybe even do a little shopping. So why don't we go inside? I hope you can join us. Let's go. I just scanned in for the final time, and my total tally this year is 37 visits. Down a little bit from last year by a couple days, but no biggie. All right, unfortunately, Monster hasn't ran all weekend that I've seen, and I think I figured out why. If you look on top right here, you'll see that little motor right there. That spins the whole set of sweeps right there. Makes it go round and round on there. That motor does that. Well, if you look on this one, the motor's totally missing. There is no motor. So my assumption is that the motor blew and it's the last day, and it's like, heck it, we're not gonna spend the time and money to replace it for one day. So unfortunately, Monster will not be running the final day of the season. All right, gotta admit, for a closing weekend, this weather is absolutely fabulous. Typically in the past, closing weekend has been just a mess weather-wise. It's either been brutally cold or rainy, overcast and that, and today's just the opposite. The sun is shining. It's going to be in the 50s today. Just a beautiful day overall to be at the park. Perfect day to ride some coasters for this final operating day of 2025. All right, this is just my luck. No matter where I am in the park, and there's only one train running, I always get stopped by it, no matter where I am. Coming off of Steel Vengeance here, I get stopped. Going over near the VIP lounge, I get stopped every single time. That's just my luck, though. All right, maybe the final day of the year, but we're thinking about next year right now. As you know, they had the $99, or I think it's now $125 all park annual pass that included, you could upgrade to the Prestige for another $100, and that gets you in the VIP lounge, you skip the lines, preferred parking, and so on. Now I'm wondering if they're going to address this issue. You can see the line here at the VIP lounge currently. Now with the influx of people with the Prestige passes upgrades, I wonder if they're going to expand the lounge or maybe add another lounge throughout the park somewhere, because it's definitely needed. It's a great perk to have, you know, especially in the summer on a hot day. You just want to sit down with a cool drink and rest for a few minutes in the shade. Perfect. They got you covered right here. But I hope they really address that issue next year, because there's been times we come over here to the VIP lounge kind of towards the latter end of the season, and it has been absolutely packed and there's nowhere to even sit. So something to think about for next season. All right, we're here in the sweet spot, and usually they have the bulk candy on clearance, like 80% off or whatever, but not today. Typically on closing day they do that, so not sure why, but maybe they ship it to Kings Island or another park that's open later. So bit of a disappointment, but oh well. All right, something different this year with closing day is there are a lot of closed rides this year. Now, I know every year there's a ride or two closed, but there is a large batch of rides just not opening today. Like right around me here, we got the Calypso, Giant Wheel, Troika, Dodgems, Max Air, all closed today. And in addition to that, no performance today of the shows either. So, wow, a little disappointing, but from what I understand, there is a big staff shortage this year, so understandable, but bummer nonetheless. Yeah, everywhere you look, there's people right now. This is definitely the craziest closing day I've ever been to. I don't know what this line is. I don't know if it's for the train or if it's for Siren's Curse. There's just people everywhere. Absolutely crazy. Oh, and my son is disappointed. Miss Keats is closed for the season. He wanted one last meal from there. All right, our very final meal of the year here at Cedar Point is at the farmhouse. Eating out here. I went with the steak. Of course, you get your biscuit. And they're out of the Brussels sprouts, so I went to broccoli to try something different. So, and you get, of course, your steak sauce here too. So I'm going to dig into this last meal at Cedar Point of 2025. It looks delicious. Alright, here we are at the Conjuring Beyond Fear Haunted House here at Cedar Point. Now, we've been meaning to do this all Halloween weekends, and for one reason or another, never got around to doing it. We did try to do it one other time, and it was already sold out. So, we got tickets today. I'm excited to check this out. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, without further ado, let's go in. Alright, just got out of the Conjuring here, and interesting. I don't think I've ever been to a haunted house like that before. Everybody in your group has a job in at least one of the rooms. My job was to hold a mirror in one of the rooms there, so it was pretty neat. I thought it would be a little bit longer than what it was, but oh well, it was good length. Not complaining. I paid $25 today for it. Now this is on a Sunday. Typically on a Saturday it's I think $10 more than that, maybe 15 if I'm not mistaken, but the line can get pretty lengthy for this. I got here right when the line opened, so I was lucky. I got in pretty quick, didn't have to wait, but there are some people over there waiting currently for this, and I've heard these waits get, you know, hours long. So I know this is closing day, but next year if you come to check out the Conjuring, if it returns, definitely recommend getting in line early for it, because it's a long line and it moves slow. They take groups, but you got to wait maybe 5 minutes between groups, you know, so they can reset the show for the next group to get through. So pretty interesting. Would I do it again? Maybe if it was a little bit lower of a price. I think the price point on it was just a little steep, but I get why they're doing that because of the crowds. If it were too cheap, I mean, the line would be 5 miles long, so I get that. But being that I did it, I don't think I'd pay again to do it at that price. But if it were like maybe $5, possibly $10, I'd definitely do it again. So that's it for the Conjuring here at Cedar Point. Alright, I also wanted to mention, as soon as you get out of the Conjuring, they did take your picture in there. You can purchase your pictures right here. Looks like it's 20 bucks for a souvenir picture, and you can see them up here on the screen what they look like. It's like a whole group photo, so if you're interested in that type of thing, they do have it here. Alright, I bought one of those souvenir maps, park maps that they have in the Pagoda gift shop here. I get one every year, just kind of a souvenir. They're only a couple bucks, but I did notice this year it's changed drastically. Used to be a lot more detailed in that, I mean, and now it's pretty basic and bland. They don't have a lot on here. I mean, they show the coasters and that, but they're not as detailed as they used to be. And if you look at Power Tower, yeah, it used to be like the whole Power Tower on there. Now it's just these diagrams of the coasters. Oh, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but just an observation. All right, here we are, the final half hour that the park is open for the 2025 season. And we're gonna hop on Judy K here and take it to the back of the park for our final rides of the season. Can you guess what ride that is? I know some of you that know me already know the answer to that, but we're about to hop on and take that depressing final coaster ride of the season. At Cedar Point, at least. Alright, if you guessed Steel Vengeance, you are correct. Here we are at, like I said, the best coaster in the park right here. And we got about 10 minutes before the park closes. And currently Steel Vengeance is sporting a 20-minute wait for standby and 5-minute for fast lane. So we're definitely going to be waiting here until they close the entrance.
There's roughly 10 minutes left of park hours.
Hear that? So we're gonna go get in line for Steel Vengeance here so we could be the last riders of the year on it. All right, and that's gonna do it for the 2025 season here at Cedar Point. It's a wrap. So what a crazy year it's been. There's a lot to talk about, so we're gonna come out with a review video here in about maybe a week or less to talk about those things. So once again, that's it here from Cedar Point for the 2025 season. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really does help us out, and we really do appreciate it. So that's it from Cedar Point, and we'll see you out on the midways real soon.